Hey, okay. Oh my goodness, my apologies. I am tardy. I had a little thing come up. Someone texted me at 10 and said, I'll be there in 45 minutes. And I'm like, oh, that's a little close, but okay. And they still weren't here. So my sincere apologies. How is your day going? It's all good. I mean, things happen. That's the online world. Sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. And thank you for your patience. So, let's start by saying today is day 3 of the masterclass and what most aren't doing and how you can start these right now. Day 1 and 2 were absolutely so fun. This is exactly what I enjoy doing, is sharing information with other people that want to build and recruit a thriving team online. So if I have not had the chance to meet you yet, my name is Susan Marie Hagel, and I'm from Mill Bay, BC, here in Canada on Vancouver Island. Hey, Brian, how's it going? So, what I do is I share information with other online business owners how to leverage the power of social media and either build or bring your business online. So, I do that through sharing realistic information about what it takes to build online in order to retain your team as well, and to easily create content for social media for an entire month to save time, teach the know, like, and trust a little bit so that you can go live and maybe even get that going a little bit faster than just posting pictures and whatnot and quotes about yourself and what you like, and also how to recruit consistently to build and retain your team. I also have a e-commerce business that I have joined, the world famous, I wouldn't put it that far, but the most amazing Helen Martin. She is one of the ones that I follow and get all my tips and trainings from, and I like to turn around and share them with you. I put them into my notes and figure out what a way to share information. Helen gives so much for free. She's sharing it, and so I'm doing the same. So we all know, let's get right into this. We all know that we have to have a good mindset and a skill set moving forward. So now we're going to go on to the connection phase and the skill set that it takes and the mindset that it takes to have those connections. And so you want to be in the right mindset when you're reaching out to people. And if you have done the Mel Robbins book, The High Five, let's just get rid of that. The High Five Habit. It is amazing. So you go into the, whatever room it is in the morning and high five yourself. And it's kind of cool. The book has a lot of information in it about how to start your day off right. Get into the right frame of mind and just know that you've got it. You're safe, you're here, and you've got it. So that is a great book. I'm going to reference a couple of books today because that's what helps a little bit. You don't have to spend a lot of money, but you can also, get a little bit of information, and every little bit helps right now. So we never high five ourselves about, just on a daily basis. We high five other people, tell them they've been doing great, and you're not even thanking yourself or congratulating yourself or celebrating yourself for the accomplishments that you've already done. You probably learned a bunch about the internet, the online world, techie stuff, the stuff you've had to do to join these businesses. It's a grind. So when you get going, you want to be in the right mindset when you're reaching out to people. And so if you could figure out an hour a day that works for you, your favorite hour, and just go out there and start reaching out to people. So you're not selling to them. What you're doing is that you're offering them a help, a solution to something. So another good book that I have read is called Questions Are the Answers by Alan Peace. And that book is a 30-minute YouTube. You can get that for free. And it tells you how you can ask questions. Ask questions about what it is that people are needing or wanting. You get to them by asking questions. You get to those answers. So it is a great 30-minute free resource that I have used. So Another thing you don't want to do is start reaching out to people when you're distracted. Like you don't want to do it when you're ready for bed at night. You don't want to do it when the kids are, screaming. You want to be able to do it when you can be completely focused. Is there an hour you can put aside? If you can do that, you can do 20 minutes for reaching out to people, 20 minutes for following up with other people, and 20 minutes to put them in a list. And that list could be as easy as an Excel spreadsheet. And you could do it either alphabetically so that you can keep track of conversations. You can do it by month or by date, whatever works best for you. Just be consistent and use that hour and start feeling comfortable with conversations. Then move to the next level. So where do you find people? Well, that's in your DMO. We talked a little bit about that yesterday. And what you want to do is start getting people talking. And there's plenty of ways to get people talking. For some, conversation comes easy. For others, not so much. So if you're one of those people that is good at conversation and is not afraid to talk to people, congratulations, because it's hard for some people. They have to learn how to reach out. So starting a conversation for someone new and finding people, let's just start on Facebook, because that's usually where most of us are in our era are doing. Is we find it easy, we are comfortable with it, and so you can ask some questions. So the questions will be across the board no matter what. So the thing is what you don't want to do is target dog people. If you're a cat lover, you got to find the people that are looking for something that are, or you have an opportunity, a service or a product, or whatever it is that you have. If you see on their page that they're dog lovers and you're selling cat food, you know that you have already disqualified them as someone to spend time with and find out where these people are. The number one reason people fail is because they don't talk to enough people. So the first mistake people make is they message people about their business. And that's not a cool thing to do in the first conversation. That is like spam. That is spam. That is what people don't want to see. It's annoying. And most people that are staying in this for the long haul, leaders, are wanting people to stop doing that. Be a human before a marketer. The problem also is you're asking for what you want instead of what they want. So if you go to somebody and say, I just need 2 more customers this month to make my quota, sounds a little like begging. People aren't going to duplicate that. And you got to realize that that's the part where the business stops. People are going to look at you and go, I ain't doing that. So what else? I'm going to give you some of the things that people forget to do. So you want to do what others aren't doing. The 98%. Use their name. Hey, Sue, how's it going today? Those are power. If you get someone's name out there, and I know the world of Facebook, some names, first and last, are hard to decipher. I mean, in those situations, there's nothing you can do. So what you can do is figure out what's important to them. Spend a minute on their page and you will find out what's important to them. Number 2, don't be needy or pushy. Find a need that they are looking for. See if there's something out there that they enjoy that they're not getting to do. Don't get defensive when someone pushes back a little bit. When someone says to you, oh, that's a pyramid scheme, that's from about 30 years ago. Ask them, just say, oh, what do you know about that? Because obviously it's not. We all know that these things work. The leaders are proof that it works. And just ask them. Other things that you could say is, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. But what I found was, it's a better conversation. It just goes in a way better direction. Feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I felt the same way, but what I found. So really cool way to change that conversation around. Another problem we have is we're building relationships too long. So you're going on and on and on for months talking to somebody and you have no idea how to ask that question now. You have left it way too long. So not popping the question, the leading question. We'll talk a little bit about leading questions down the road, not being excited about what you're talking about. People have to see the excitement. You don't have to know it all because you're going to step out of the way and let your leaders take over. The excitement is what people want to see. The other thing is we talk too much, not finding a way to get out of the way. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. Not being consistent. You also don't want to recruit somebody that isn't going to be a good fit. You don't want to be dragging people. You also don't want to be doing all the talking. Ask questions. Say to them, tell me more about that. I'd like to hear more about that. Don't beg or convince anybody. You have nothing but problems. If you convince somebody, you will see that you will be sorry in the long run for getting somebody in that really wasn't ready to come in. So don't overthink things. Just go easy with them. The ways to get into conversations is stories are a great way on Facebook. You can reply to people in their messenger and actually ask them a question. If they're on a holiday, that looks like an amazing picture. Where are you right now? Where is your vacation? Where is your favorite vacation place? You can also go into private groups. I will give you a warning with this though. So private groups, you can offer up some solutions to people. I've been in a private group that I've been kicked out of, and the people in there had migraine headaches. So I, unbeknownst to me, didn't really understand the process, but it happens. So I offered up my solution to somebody, and it didn't take but 1 minute to get kicked out of there. And a lot of times you get into these groups and they're just watching for people like us, because people like us come along and spam them. I didn't know this was back years ago, but I wanted to see somebody. I had migraines. I don't have them anymore. I haven't had them for a couple of years. And I wanted to share that with somebody. I was just trying to help them. Be cautious because they don't want to have you spamming your information. All I did was say, I do have a solution. It doesn't have to be showing your picture, sending your link or anything. It can be something as simple as saying, I have something that you might want to try. And that's enough to get you kicked out. But it's not the first time. It won't be the last time. But you also need good products and you have to be excited about them. So it's going to be what it's going to be. And if you get kicked out of a group, you didn't want to be there in the first place. So what are you going to say to people? How about, how are you doing today? How's your day going? What's keeping you busy today? Just keep it light and easy and put your own spin on things. Don't overcomplicate these conversations. If you're walking into a room and you meet somebody for the first time, think about it like that. Just take a few minutes and just think about what you would say to somebody if you were in the same room. You wouldn't throw up your business in the first line talking to them. Hi, nice to meet you. I have a business online. Would you like to join me? You would never do that in person. So it's just a way of looking at things a little bit different. So if you're on their page and you have a few minutes to just check them out, maybe they have horses. I have horses. If people have horses, I see you have horses. I love my horse. He's 23, he's 33, he's whatever. What's your horse's name? See what the conversation. Don't do it if you're not interested in horses. Just do it if you're interested in someone's picture or photo or quote. So happy birthday messages. I don't do this, but some do. You can sing to them. It makes you stand out. A lot of people don't sing. Compliment somebody. This is a perfect way. Some people are dying to be complimented. A lot of people don't do that anymore. The questions you can ask is from the form method. So the F is family. Ask about the kids, the grandkids. And that could lead to, I wish I had more time with them. I just never see them enough. So those could be the things, the problems that you're solving. Occupation. How's your work going? Have you been able to work from home over the past 2 years? They could say to you, no, I wish I was. I would love to work from home. Ding, 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 ding. There you go. There is where you can insert your leading question. Have you ever thought about? That's where it goes. Recreation from the form method. What do you do for fun these days? I see you have a passion for skiing. They could say to you, yeah, but I have no time to do it. So there it is again. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, so you're looking for time freedom. Have you ever thought, are you open to looking at something? I just might have something that you might be wanting to see. So, and the M is for mention. If you've looked them up on Facebook, you can always mention something that you have seen. Oh, excuse me. I see you just had the best weekend with your grandkids. That lets them know that you know a little bit about them, and then they might just say something. Yes, that's the first time in 2 years I've seen him. I don't see them enough. So then you can walk into the next conversation. Remember not to stay in friend mode too long. You know, that's the one problem that a lot of people have is they just create all these friends, which are great because they just might watch you for a year and go, oh, why didn't you tell me about this? Right? They just might. So let's see, leading questions. So leading questions, have you ever thought about starting a side gig so you can find the time to do those things? Would you ever consider working from home full time? Those are the questions that are just very surface level. They're not pushing your thing. They're just asking an open-ended question that they can answer. No, I never really thought about it. Or no, that's not for me. Either way, it's nice and light and easy. These questions are golden and it's not offensive to ask them. People will love to imagine what it might feel like to have more time freedom. It just might be their time to hear. It just might not be. It's okay either way. If not, next, move on. So they might know you work online now. So they'll go, okay, you know what? If I'm ever thinking about it, if they get to stage 4 of wanting to get involved, then they're going to call you. All right. So let's see. There's also you can take them off your follow-up list after talking to someone or following up with them a couple times. Maybe you want to just say to them, hey, I'll just take you off my list. That's cool. No problem. Don't need to have me follow up. You know, last month you said check with me in a couple of months. I'm cool either way. Give them an out. People don't like to be taken off lists. No, 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 no. Call me in a couple months. You know, they're FOMO. They might miss something. So you want to make sure that if you say that to them, okay, I'm going to follow up with you in 2 months, make sure you do. So you are surrounded with amazing teammates. Somewhere in there, you've got some personalities in there with your teammates that can all help you with the next step once you've got into these conversations with somebody. So the next step would be getting them into a conversation with one of your leaders. And if you have a group like us, we have a group that goes sideways, up, over, doesn't matter who they are. We connect a couple times a week and we know each other's personality. So there are 4 different personalities and you can hear different versions of this. My version is different from someone else's, but it made a lot of sense to me when I heard this. So a supporter is one of them. I'll give you them all, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of an example for each of them. Supporter, controller, analyzer, and a promoter. Okay, so your supporter is the one that is at home, wants everybody to be family, wants what's best for their family and friends. They just want everybody to be happy as a big family. Okay, so that's one person. Controller wants to be the one that makes the decisions. It's up to them what they do. They want to be totally in control. They want to make the decision, and no one's going to tell them one way or the other. So your analyzer is the one that wants the product geek, you know, the one that's on your team that you go, don't say too much, that person. So the analyzer wants more information, more brochures. They want to have a list of what the great ingredients are, what does and does not belong in ingredients. No worries, Brian. That's what the replay's for. Have an amazing day. Thanks for being here. So that's your analyzer. Your analyzer wants all the information. It's you need to put an analyzer with an analyzer. Otherwise, you're going to go crazy because you're going to have to find all these answers. And a promoter is, well, guess what? Me. So I just want to know where the next party is. Okay, so when do we all get together? When's the next convention? When do we meet? I don't want, if you put an analyzer with me to talk about ingredients, you're going to go over my head, just like your prospects. Don't give them too much information, a promoter. And it's hard to tell. Sometimes you don't know what personalities people are, but if you spend enough time with them, you will. So it is a game changer if you can figure this out. If you put a controller with a supporter and they don't know how to talk to a supporter, you're going to lose that person because the supporter's like, no, I'm in this for my family, not for what you want me to do. So same as vice versa. If you say to a controller, how would you like to have a little look at what I have here and give them some, a little bit of feedback? They'd be like, I'll tell you whether I'm going to look at your stuff or not. It's a different way of looking at things. And if you say to a controller, the party's next week, we're all meeting, they're not going to care. And an analyzer won't care. The analyzer wants more information. They don't want to know where the party is. So if you can figure out what those four are, controller, analyzer, supporter, controller, analyzer, supporter, promoter, me. It helps you with your conversations. So if you can collaborate with the team, not compete with the team, that is key. And we will talk a little bit more about why people won't join and what we need to do. But one thing you want to do is you always want to ask permission. If you're going to start a three-way conversation, just say, would you be open to talking to my leader? Would you be open to seeing a video? Would you be okay? Most don't do that. They just shove it. Well, I'll just give this to you and I'll check back with you tomorrow. People don't want to hear that. Always ask permission. That is duplicatable. People think that is pretty classy. So remember that. You don't want to turn into a big pushy used car salesman. And I don't mean it that way. It's what our mentality was 40 years ago. So they are certainly amazing people out there now, and they're certainly doing their job. It's completely different, but the mentality behind that 40 years ago. So you want to get it right out of the gates. So from the very first day, you want to pique someone's interest and say things in their conversation without them thinking you're pushing on them. So when you're ready to do the three-way, you're asking for permission. If you start out this way, you have to have confidence, belief, way beyond what you started out with. So this has to have posture. You want to have confidence. You don't want to look like you're overwhelmed. And how do we handle that? You're never going to convince people. We already talked about that. It's a long road of hassles. So you never want to drag people. You don't want to convince them to stay. You'll be getting phone calls all hours of the night if you do that. The leaders do not do that. And I know it's hard. We all want people on our team. We all want somebody that wants to be there. But you also want to have people that are go-getters. You're better off waiting for someone that is going to go out there and get it with you than you are having 5 people that are not happy that you convinced to join your team. It's just a world of problems. People are buying into you and your belief, your confidence, and your confidence in the system you have in place. If you don't have a system in place, get one in place. That's magic. So you want to get their interest. You want to get them in their conversations. You want to get them to the next level, which would be a video, a three-way conversation with one of your personalities, and then work from there. So let's start with why people won't buy, and we can work on those as well. So you want to get those out of the way and just get building. So the 4 objections, no doubt, all of us are going to be facing is trust. Number one. So if it's trust, your warm market has never known you to be, let's just say, health and wellness, has never known you to be an expert in health and wellness. So you have to understand that they don't see you as an expert. So you want to get out of the way. I constantly say that. Start where you're at, but just get out of the way and let someone take over. They are more than happy to help you close somebody. Your cold market has gotten to see you a little bit, but they don't know, like, and trust you. So this is hard because people don't turn around and say, I don't trust you. It's a hard objection to handle. This is why we want to build rapport, get ourselves out there in social media. We need to establish the know, like, and trust, then get out of the way and let our leaders take over and don't do too much talking. They take over with the much needed edifying that you do about how valuable they are, how great they are, how much they have built in a business, and what they can do for the business, for them, how they can take them where they want to go in life. In this business, they have the lingo down. They know how to talk to people and find out what their need is. Number two is money. This is a huge one. Sometimes people just don't have it. They think, but you got to think, okay, so if you're investing in something like a franchise, that is a huge outpour of money. This is a small amount of money, and that's why people don't take it seriously. People kind of feel like the investment's so low, maybe I won't take it so seriously. But when people say they just don't have money, this is where feel, felt, and found comes in. I know how you feel. I totally felt the same way. But when I looked into this business, I came to realize that I needed to make a change. Nothing changes if nothing changes. I really had nothing to lose, everything to gain. At the end of the day, it is such a low investment that it was a no-brainer. How does that come across to people? Pretty nice, eh? Or, I totally know how you feel. I felt the same way when I looked into this business, but what I found is that I could earn my investment back relatively quick. Our team is so supportive and has a duplicatable system with everything you need to build a business on social media and start generating an income. Doesn't that sound a lot nicer? Or, I totally know how you feel. I felt the same way when I looked into this business, but what I realized is I needed to take more responsibility for my financial future. This business is my opportunity to do for myself and my family what I've always wanted to do. It's low risk, low cost. I have nothing to lose. And that is very, I felt, because use the one that relates to you, because most of us had objections when we first started. The third one is time. I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same way, but what I found is that the duplicatable system that the team has is so easy to follow. I can do what I need to in the pockets of time that I have. So that lets people realize that, there may only be pockets of time that they can do this on the side. Yeah. If I don't start now, in a year, I'll still be in the same place. People have to start thinking like that. Where will I be in a year or 2 years? Number two, for time. I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same way when I first looked into this business. But what I found is that if I don't make the time, nothing will change. And I definitely need something to change. I really want to create an extra source of income so it's worth a few hours of my time each week. Sounds pretty nice, eh? Number three, I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same way. And when I first looked into this business, what I found is that it doesn't take as much time as I thought. The system is in place. We can put you in a position to do the work whenever you have time. As much time as you have. Maybe you only have 15 minutes to reach out to people in the morning. Perfect. Start conversations. The only difference between us and them is they're talking to more people. If you had one conversation a week that went all week and they joined your team, that's better than having 50 conversations that go nowhere. So you can focus on one person. I don't recommend that, but if you only had one person to focus on, it's pretty easy to chat with them every day. Number 4 is belief. This is the number one issue that holds people back. Most other objections are surface objections. Most people have their major doubts. They're not sure they could do it. They think their friends have to be pushed into it. And, we all know that. Like, not everybody wants to do this, or they don't believe deep down inside they can be successful. They are concerned about what they are going to need to do. This is another unspoken objection, and it needs to be addressed by sharing statements like, when I first looked into this business, I didn't think I could do it either. But there's training and a system in place that taught me everything I need to know. What I love about this business is that you don't need any experience. Anyone can do it. And if your team is on top of everything, which they probably are, they're going to be on top of the latest and greatest. And that's what you want. People have to be on top of what's coming. What worked a year ago doesn't work right now. So if you're not on top of it and staying connected and plugged in, it's going to be a little bit different. There is a training system you can follow so you know exactly what to say and do. What I really love about this training and this team is that you can learn to build 100% on social media. So you don't have to hassle your friends and family. That is key right there. People don't want to do that. And I don't want to bug my friends and family. They're not interested in entrepreneurship. I get it. You're either an entrepreneur or you're not. So you want to find other entrepreneurs. So always ask permission to share something with them or put them into a Facebook group. Don't just put them into a group. Okay, so today I also have a bonus for you today. This week has been so much fun. I enjoy sharing this stuff with you. I hope you got some value out of it. But I am opening up a free half-an-hour consultation for everybody until tomorrow. That will be Friday, February 25th. If you want to book, I'm going to put the link in here above afterwards, and you can book online with me, and I'm going to get you started and give you all the tools and tips and strategies you can use to get started. If you're afraid, if you're scared, if you're overwhelmed, if you're stuck. So I'm going to do another masterclass next month. I haven't done the dates and I'm not sure about what the topic is. I just want to thank you all for your time. And I just want to recap day one. What was in day one? So if you have not seen day one, go back and watch day one. So day one, we started about becoming a leader, and it starts with us and our mindset. So the first thing you need to do is get your mindset and your skill set going. You need to invest time or money for your skill set. Do either one or both. Both is going to be optimal for your results. Learning from a book or a course. Online has so much free stuff out there, more than ever. So learn something, do it, and share it with your team. And that gets authority going, and that gets people wanting to listen to you. Get committed. Find your Fab Five and stay connected. They will be the ones that will keep you in the game when you are having a tough day. We all have them. Be coachable. Following your leaders are proof that it works. So don't create a new system. Just follow what they tell you to do. They know exactly what's going on. What are we waiting for? Take action and get out of the way. Don't compare yourself with other people. Don't have one foot in the water or one toe. Stay consistent. Okay, so day two was a little bit about prospecting and learning the basics. Don't stay stuck. Write your story. Your story is powerful. People want to hear your story, where you came from, what you didn't like about it, what you found, and where you're going. That will have you standing out in the crowd. This is all about you and what you are creating to be different from the other thousands of people out there that are in your company alone. People want to know who you are. So go live. Do live videos, even if you're new at it. Just keep them short. Don't be too long. Just give 5 quick tips on what you struggled with the last month. 5 quick tips on, I hope this can help you learn how to do social media by doing these 3 things. Just come up with something. Micro content is amazing right now. There's also live video challenges that come up over time. I will share them with you when Helen Martin does them, because there is nothing better than doing it right the first time. It's hard to get people back once they've left your page. So book your free half an hour by tomorrow. I'm going to give it up until midnight tomorrow night. I also have the notes from each day, and I also have done for you content templates to have your social media done for you for an entire month. So if you want any of that, DM me your email. Let me know what it is you're looking for, and let's start a conversation, or let's have a half an hour together and figure out what is good for you to get started. So thank you again. I so appreciate your time. If you come in on the replay, thank you again. And I will see you on Tuesday for my next live. And hopefully I have sorted out what our next masterclass will be. Enjoy your week, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.